So surprisingly enough, guys, I've actually got a lot of experience with the Luck in the Chamber Pali. If you ever watch any of my streams back in February, March area, it was consistently with a Luck in the Chamber rifle barrel, true sight, last resort palindrome. That was like my go-to Pali. Now, as you see in many of my streams now, I don't use that palindrome, and there's a huge reason why, and that's because of the range nerf that was just handed out to all of our different hand cannons. Hand cannons have always been a very dominant weapon up close, and some people do tend to complain about it. And I can say at a distance, if you've got a steady hand, it could still do you wonders. But where it was, I would say about a month ago, that was a very solid point in terms of having a hand cannon that didn't necessarily have to have all the right rolls. As in, a Pali with just rifle barrel could compete. Now, that's still the case now. Honestly, any hand cannon with rifle barrel can still technically compete, but there will be those little micro things, you know, at a certain level, at a certain distance, that you will lose out on without having things like rangefinder. Now, all across the board, hand cannons in general were hurt. So it's not as if, you know, a rangefinder it makes you exempt from the most recent hand cannon nerf that came out to hand cannons in terms of range. No, that's not the case across the board. It was a blanket nerf to all of them. So everything got toned down by a good 3.5 meters or more, actually. I think it was like 4 meters or something. But it was enough, though, to be noticeable for a lot of situations. Now, the gameplay you're seeing right here is actually me on Timekeeper. I'm using explosive rounds right now. That's what you're going to see. I'm trying to get an idea of how explosive rounds would work with Pali. I did a little video last week with IS Luna. I would say explosive rounds is not terrible. Actually, I felt that explosive rounds with these set of perks felt better to me than the IS Luna that I used last week. With rangefinder, hidden hand, explosive rounds. It felt a lot better. It just felt more consistent. I feel like Luna just kind of was flopping all over the place. Now, I don't know if that's because, you know, Pali, you know, inherently has a lot more aim assist, but, you know, explosive rounds wasn't necessarily terrible. I still prefer rifle barrel, though, over it. Just simply, you know, consistency is the key to me, which is why even today, if you ever come into my stream, I'm consistently rocking a rangefinder rifle barrel Pali, man. It's just what I'm rocking. You know, the trade-off is, yes, you won't have the potential to possibly two-shot someone, but you've got a weapon there that will consistently 3-tap someone. And 3-tap them at a good distance, and you know you can understand that your reticle stickiness will always be there. All right, guys. So let's just cut to the chase, man. What palindrome do you need to be using? Because that's something that we all are wondering, right? I mean, you've got a lot of good-looking palindromes in front of you with a lot of good, nice perks. So, guys, the way I look at it, man, is the maps that you can really take advantage of close quarter combat for the majority of time. Maps such as, I would say, Cauldron is a good one. Anomaly is a good one. Asylum is a really good one to me. The Twilight Gap is a good one. Those are the maps that jump out to me that says, okay, I can get away with using a hand cannon with a rifle barrel and any other perk. So whether that's Luck in the Chamber or Hidden Hand. But Luck in the Chamber would definitely be good because in Trials, for sure, it's really nice, especially in clutch moments, you to get a two-shot off on somebody. That's really, really nice. And so I would say those maps, they allow you to be able to take advantage of that, and it's a little more forgiving. Whereas maps like, say, Frontier, for instance, this past weekend, I didn't even rock a hand cannon. I actually went with like scout rifles or pulse rifles. But if you were to rock a hand cannon on that map, I definitely would not suggest a rifle barrel Luck in the Chamber hand cannon over a rangefinder rifle barrel. Again, all of these things are very minute things that occur throughout a gunfight. You just don't want to be in a situation, guys, like you're in a gunfight, you land a crit in 2 bodies, and your crit and your body was off by just a couple hit points, right? Just a couple hit points, but enough to screw you in that gunfight. Just enough that was the difference between you winning that gunfight. And if you would have just had rangefinder on in that situation, you would have won. Me personally, guys, I tend to still, even now, even on close range maps, man, I'll still tend to lean more toward my rangefinder Icarus Pali. I found that one to be such a dang good roll. Yes, I know you don't have the chance to sit there and two-tap someone, which is extremely nice, but it is consistent, it is forgiving, it reaches maximum range, and so So that is key to me. That the consistency there is key to me more than anything. If you have an IS Luna, and they don't have to worry about any of these issues, but for us poor folks that only have Palis, that's our reality, right? Okay, so that's what we're looking at, guys. Well, fellas, man, thank y'all so much for coming and watching this video. I hope this clarified some things. I know there seems to be a bunch of damn weapons in front of us, and some are ass or some are not. I can tell you right now, I was watching some Year 1 gameplay earlier today. I was mind blown. I was like, good God almighty, was it really that crazy, man? I'm telling you, fellas. I know everybody's getting hyped up about D2 gameplay. I'm excited about Destiny 2. But some of that D1, beta gameplay, man. Oh my God. Fusion rifles, dude. People were mapping people with green fusion rifles, man. And hip firing that shit. I couldn't believe it, dude. Anyways, as always, guys, thank you so much for coming and watching. And I'll catch y'all later. Slap that like button like your mama told you right.